Hello everyone, I hope you've had a great day so far and that you're doing well. For this video we'll be going through an unboxing of classic Class 17 Soundwave. And this version of Soundwave is from Transformers 1. And in terms of why we're doing this, well, we've been looking at all these Blokees model kits for, I've lost track of how many weeks now. That goes to show how long I've been trying to crack on with this. In saying that, there have been a few weeks gaps, but anyway. So we've been doing this little unboxing series for, as I said, several weeks now, and we're up to Soundwave. So front of the box for Soundwave here. So nice shot of Transformers 1 Soundwave. He does look very cool. Nice little breakdown there of the inclusions, well, in terms of what some of the special inclusions are, but otherwise text here at the bottom, Transformers 1 Classic Class for Soundwave. So getting used to pretty much seeing this type of artwork style. And then on the side of the box we do have another shot of Soundwave, just the Decepticon logo and Soundwave's name. No more having a record of the actual number of the box, which is unfortunate. And then on the other side of the box, just another front shot of Soundwave, the different hand manipulators that will be included, and a rear shot. In terms of the back of the box, usual image once again of Soundwave, well, product I guess, but obviously in this case it is Soundwave. We have Soundwave's bio, which I will not read through, but it is there. And then at the bottom of the box, just the finished Soundwave kit on the action base with the little effect parts and a quick look at the included runners. So that's the box side of things done. Time to have a look at what is included. And with everything out of the box, front of the manual, just a rehash of the same image used on the front of the box. On the back, the last few steps for assembly, and a quick breakdown of what included parts of the runners and the loose components, to which there looks like there will be a few. Opening up the manual, so we do have the character profile here on the left in some much smaller text, but it is there. And on the right, just another promotional image for Transformers 1 with an even larger growing amount of characters. So now we've got Soundwave and Ironhide present on the image, who will be some of the later kits we'll look at. In fact, Soundwave will be after this one, so it'll be next week. After Soundwave will be Ironhide. And I'm sure at some point in time, the artwork will change once again to feature Megatronus. In terms of the instructions, definitely nothing overly different and unusual from what we have seen in the past. Soundwave, however, will probably be a bit more straightforward compared to, say, Sentinel Prime. Sentinel Prime probably had a little bit more build effort, just because he had some options between a standard version and his combat mode. Otherwise, Soundwave does look like it'll be pretty simple to put together, and definitely sporting his very iconic look. So that is the manual for Soundwave. In terms of everything else, we do get the usual manual for how to replace the battery for the LED unit. Now, to be honest, I have no idea how you would go about replacing the battery for the LED unit after assembly. The kit does feel like it's designed to be taken apart again, but some of them feel more challenging than others. But yeah, interesting conundrum. As for everything else, here's a loose bag with all the components that are pretty much not on a runner. I keep it this way just so I don't lose anything, because there are some small parts, as we're getting used to seeing, such as these little connection pipes. But in terms of Soundwave, he does have a few extra inclusions, some of which have some of this extra detailing. Obviously these will be for his chest, but that is very cool that they're there. So we obviously have those. And then lastly, we have the standard 2 base plate inclusion for posing and the like. Now, as for runners, 2As, 1 and 2. And of course they had to be in 2 completely different alignments. Now, because they are pretty much graphite on top of a black cutting board, they will probably be a bit challenging to see unless I suddenly do this. So that is a 1, and then here we have a 2. Usual level of detailing, size, etc, etc. So after, what are these, 17, well 16, because this is the 17th release, after 16 odd builds, definitely consistent. B runner, we have 3, 1, 2 and 3. So for B1, now they're all in a metallic dark blue. B1 however does have some additional pre-paints added on in the way of some red, some golden yellow and some silver. So that is B1. B2 and 3 don't have that same pre-colouring, but there's B2. And lastly we have B3. I'm coming a bit on the fence as to whether I like this metallic look on some of these parts, mainly because just for post cleanup. 2 Cs, 1 and 2 in a nice silver. C1 does have some pre-paint, mainly red, on legs, and I believe those will be some of his forearms. And then on C2 it's just pretty much the pure silver. And that was pretty much it for the runners. Feels like there's a little less runners for Soundwave compared to others, but I'd say it's probably still on average. What was there? 2 A's, 3 B's, 2 C's, so 2, 5, 7. 7 runners is probably quite standard, to be honest. Anyway, that is pretty much the end of the unboxing for Classic Class 17 Soundwave from Transformers 1. Definitely getting close to the end of what Classic Class Transformers I have. I mean, I've got on me now, who is it? Shockwave, Ironhide, Megatronus, which will pretty much wrap up Transformers 1, at least for what's been released so far. Jetwing Optimus after that. So ideally there's actually probably only 4 more to go, and then I'm going to have to switch over to some other Transformers model kit content, which to be fair I still have plenty of, so not out of the woods yet. Anyway, that's future me problem. Thank you very much for watching this video. Feel free to leave a like, comment, subscribe if you enjoyed the content. It does help support the channel and I do appreciate it. Feel free to check out Instagram and the community tab. In fact, it's probably been the only things I've been keeping relatively consistent with the Transformer model kit building and completion. So it's definitely there. Anyway, stay safe, take care, and I will catch you all in next week's video, which will be Classic Class 18 Shockwave. I was going to say Soundwave again. Otherwise, there's plenty of other stuff on the channel, so you might even catch in on some of that. Anyway, until the next time, see ya.